Friends, hello. How are you doing? How you doing out there? It is Thursday. We got one more day in this market. What a week in the market. Let's talk about what is going on here. So first, two stocks right now. We're going to talk about some things here, but two stocks that been talking about, and one stock that I want to confess that I've been buying, and I haven't really been talking about, but I've been buying this stock. The first stock, D-Wave. I have not bought in a D-Wave. D-Wave is not the stock that I have been buying into, but I'm watching D-Wave. Now, obviously, I'm not going to really talk about D-Wave here, but I just want to bring it to attention because a lot of people comment about, like, why do you not talk about D-Wave? I've talked about D-Wave in the past. It's just not something that I've jumped into at this moment. But, of course, the backstory with D-Wave, it's a quantum computing stock. It's getting a lot of attention, as of most of these quantum computing companies. Some of them are doing okay with money. Most of them are doing terrible with finances. The thing is, they're just getting attention. But D-Wave is one of those stocks that I think it's a wild card into the future. It's very interesting. Obviously, a lot of things have been changing with this company in general, and it's had a lot of momentum being built up in it. And it's got attention. It's got good things with it. Deals, money coming in, and there is new life in the stock as of lately. So I just want to make a note. I have not put money in this yet, and I know I've talked about it in the past, and a lot of people talk about it, but I'm watching it. I watch it every day. I'm very curious about this stock, about this company, and I know a lot of you have positions in it. So I'm going to keep talking about it, but I'm watching it here for a moment. So the other one here that I have been putting money into, I have to admit, I'm going to come clean, super microcomputer. Okay, so super microcomputer. This is a delicate situation, and let me first put the big red flag out here. Okay, if you have not put money in this stock, here's what I'm gonna say. Just because I have been doing this and putting money in this stock secretly, and I don't always talk about stocks that I put money into, because I know as soon as I do that, somebody's gonna go, I'm gonna buy that because he's talking about it. Whoa. And this is one of those situations. This is a very risky situation, and kind of break this down to let you know what's going on over in super microcomputer world right now. It's nothing new. The drama that's been going on over there has been happening for a while. Now, as you know, this was a hefty stock here for a moment, and now it's falling apart, and now it's building back up. But this week, going into this week, is like, it is pretty much it's a race / it's a bet. Now, I am on the betting side of the stock right now, where I am betting that they're going to get this 10K form out. Now, obviously, this K10 form has been a huge issue and made a lot of things happen with this stock, the share price, everything. I won't give the genesis story of all of it, but I think if you know, a lot of people have been here. So, but this is it. This was the last week, and next week, Tuesday, it will be, microcomputer has said that they're going to come up with the form. They're going to come up with what they need. But are they going to do that? I don't know. If they don't, they have chances of being delisted from the NASDAQ. So what is that doing it is drawing up the stock to a massive price range, okay? So supercomputer could either keep racing up here, because what is happening? It's being squeezed. Investors are squeezing it. Retail investors are squeezing it. Okay, that's what we do. I think we all know that. So it's being squeezed in the sense that they're going to get this form out. This is going to happen. And the company has done better. Obviously there was a lot that happened last year with this company, where, huge problems. Lies, they weren't lying, they are lying, they're not lying, finances, all that kind of stuff. But the company has tried to reassure investors here lately that 2005 may be a little iffy financially, but their projection wise in 2026, they're reassuring investors that things are going to be better here. And super microcomputer, who knows what the future holds here, but I'm going to be honest. One reason why I was buying the stock low the past 3 weeks when it was very low, because I knew there was a hefty chance that this thing could run back up to, like, what I was thinking at the time was like $40. Well, we're past $40. So I still think there's probably room here for this to run up to like Monday of next week. But obviously, they need to get these forums out. And if this is something you're buying in right now, we're pretty much all on the same boat right now. And we're just hoping we kind of miss the, iceberg at this point. So that's what I'll say about that. And I've just talked about that because I've seen people say, like, why do you not talk about super microcomputer with all the drama, what's happening with and being so similar to other stocks I talk about. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, just to let you know, and just So obviously the other thing here too is Palantir. What else can we say about Palantir? Everyone's talking about Palantir. Everyone invests in Palantir. I don't think there's a soul out there that, if they say they're not investing in Palantir, they're lying to you. Especially now with Palantir being so cheap. So bullet points, what is happening with Palantir? Okay, the last 48 hours here, a little bit before that, Alex Karp came out and said, hey, I'm going to be selling some shares, yada, 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 of Palantir. Okay, big whoop. He's going to take some profit. Okay, great. He's a CEO. He can do that whatsoever. Who cares? The other thing with that, the White House came out and said, hey, we're going to slash the defense budget here over the next, handful of years. And of course, investors looking at that, they looked to Palantir immediately, because what has Palantir really, made their bread and butter off of to really get them going into, some hefty price range here in the past 2 years? It's been government contracts. Now, to me, here's what happened. I think like to give color to the painting of what just happened here with this situation, this huge broad statement was made about this defense situation, okay? Like a huge statement was made, like, hey, we're going to cut back. And then people went, oh my God, Palantir is not going to make any more money from the government. That's not what was said. That's not what was said at all. Like, they didn't even really give detail to what... Listen, with all this other dumb stuff that Doge is finding inside the government, I'm sure that there's dumb stuff inside the defense sector too that we are paying for. So, think about it this way. Think that maybe they could get rid of all the stupid money inside the defense department, and then with that extra money, whatever they find, they put more into Palantir. Maybe they say, hey, we were using this over here, but we're going to take it and we're going to do more with Palantir. We're going to put on hire Palantir a few more years, or we have this problem over here. We're going to have Palantir take care of this, because we already know Palantir. Alex Karp, Elon, they're already buddy. So I think this is crazy that people are running for the hills and saying like Palantir is going to go down to like $50-$40. I think this is a huge trap. I really think this is a huge trap for investors right now. I think this is going to be a huge regret if people, take a loss on this. I think you're making a huge mistake, because what do we know at the market? Just as a general investor, what do we know? We know that news, it moves fast. 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, it was DeepSeek. Oh my God, DeepSeek, it's going to destroy every AI stock. Nvidia fell to unbelievable numbers. What happened? The next week, the market went right back up. Everybody forgot about DeepSeek. And then last week, there was inflation problems. There was also, the market went, things went right back up. It's just more gossip. It's just more he said, she said. It's just, maybe look at this as a blessing more than not. Maybe look at this and go like, oh my God, like, if you were going, I don't want to pay $120 for Palantir. Well, now it's $106. So are you going to pay for it now? Maybe people are taking this opportunity to really put more money in Palantir. Dan Ives, everyone has talked about this. Everyone from Tom Lee to every investment firm, because it's very interesting. Palantir is one of the hottest stocks right now in the market. Everyone's watching it. Everyone's investing in it. It's a hot commodity right now. Dan Ives, who has been bullish on Palantir here, gave a recent I think it was today actually. He gave an updated interview on his thoughts with Palantir since all this stuff has happened here. And Dan and I said, hey, Palantir is going to over $1 trillion market cap. This is a company that still has a lot of meat left on the bone here that we have not gorged ourselves on yet. This could easily turn around here. This could be a trap 100%. There could be some kind of article released in the next week or two where they say the White House comes out and says, hey, we're actually going to do another government contract with Palantir. It doesn't mean like Palantir is going to stop getting government contracts, or the contracts that they have right now that are lasting 3 to 5 years, or they're in the middle of right now, are going to stop. That's not what this means at all. So I think listen, people love to panic. I get it. And God bless people that have crazy amounts of money wrapped up in Palantir and that are freaking out. I get it. If people were buying Palantir at $115, $120, almost like what did it hit Monday? It was almost $126. Think about the people that were buying Palantir at $126 Monday and Tuesday, and then Monday morning, and then this news came out with Palantir, and they were like, "Oh my freaking god!" Of course they panic, and they probably panic sold. I mean, to be honest with you, they probably sold. We've already seen a little bit of a rebound come here in Palantir, so. Listen, I think this is just news. That's all it is. It's just some bad news. It's a speed bump. In the longevity of the future with Palantir, I don't think this is going to matter whatsoever. Obviously, you've still got some of the biggest, analysts, investors in the world going, please right now. You've got to be crazy. This could turn out to be amazing. This could turn out to be better for Palantir. So I think people should really... This is not the concern. The concern that every investor with Palantir should have right now is that Palantir continues to gain 30 to 40% on top of each earning here in 2025. That's the concern. For us to keep these numbers rolling, for these numbers, what am I trying to say here? These huge numbers that we're seeing here with Palantir, that they keep pricing in these pre-quarterlies. For us to keep those, we're going to need to see Palantir come out with each quarterly 30 to 40, maybe even more than that, percent above the last quarterly. Okay? And is that going to happen? We're going to find out soon. I don't see why it can't. I mean, it looks like it's happening because each quarterly is getting bigger and bigger. Not to mention, Palantir is in such a phase of capturing deals. It's in the pockets of the White House. Listen, Palantir, it's standing under the beehive, and the honey is just falling directly in their jars. I mean, they're not having to go and search for it. I mean, Alex Karp simply just said this a few weeks ago, where he said hey, one thing about Palantir that's kind of unique, we haven't gone out and looked for a lot of business. Business has come to us. Business has come to us from other business. And we saw that 100% 22 months ago when Palantir started to slowly get these government contracts. I mean, it was one, some time later, another one, a little bit time later. Man, I think it got 2 back to back. And we were holy smokes. And then Palantir started getting all these other random companies' business. So this is how things escalate very fast, and they're still doing amazing. One thing with Palantir growing at such a hefty stock price, it's putting the name out there a lot. But it's putting the name out there a lot where other businesses are contacting them to use them, okay? It's all good business. I mean, even the fact that Palantir has fallen to these prices at this point, it's still promoting their name, because what are people that aren't in Palantir right now, and they're familiar with the market and how things move, and they're going, well, Palantir just 48 hours ago was a stock that was almost at $130. It's fallen now to $106. Maybe it even goes to $100. You know what? I think I'm going to take the chance here, and I'm going to put X amount of money, and I'm going to buy X amount of shares right now. That's the real conversations that are happening right now, and that are going to continue to happen into the next few weeks here to build the price back up. Don't forget about this too. Trump is having the State of the Union here just in a handful of days at this point. And what do we know Trump's going to do? More than likely, what do we know Trump's going to do? Trump's going to talk about budgets. He's going to talk about defense. He's going to talk about the stock market. He's going to talk probably more about that $500 billion program that deal that he's going to implement into AI into the market. Essentially, where it's going to go. Really increasing these the steroid use of these AI stocks right now. I mean, they're going freaking ballistic. So, friends, listen. I think this is just a slight hiccup. I don't think this is like devastation for Palantir whatsoever. Palantir hasn't lost any money. The news could have been Palantir loses huge deal with government loses one of their government contract deals. That wasn't the news. That was never said. We don't even know what they're cutting at this point. It could be the stupidest stuff you've ever heard. We don't know what we've been paying for in our defense sector. Okay. Like, we don't know, but I would imagine, yeah, they're going to save money, but they're also going to find free money to put in other places too. That's what we should really be thinking about. It's just like Big Bear. I don't want to talk about Big Bear too long because I've talked about it so much and nothing really has happened here with it. Besides, it's sold off. But the fact that Big Bear is still holding this $7.50 range, almost $8 range, I think is still very interesting. I'm really curious to see if Big Bear here will draw down to $5. $5 is some change. I think that's a very interesting place for Big Bear. And to me, I think that's a very realistic position for Big Bear right now. And I've been saying that for months now. Okay, I think my happy place where I've wanted Big Bear to be is that $5 to $7 range. I've got that. Okay. Now, what I want to see from Big Bear is I want to see more defense contracts. I want to see more contracts in general. I want to start to see, evidence that their quarterlies are going up. In the same what I just said with Palantir, I look at Big Bear in the same position because Big Bear has similar things going on. So, with that, friends, I really think people, you can follow the flock that's running off the hillside, that's trying to get away from something that they know nothing about, in the sense of like, we don't know specifically what the danger is. They just heard something. They heard a weird noise off in the pasture, and now they're running off the cliff. But they don't know if maybe it was a puppy that made some crazy bark. We don't know if it's a wolf's. We don't know what the real danger is. Okay, so when we don't know specifics, why are we panicking and leaving positions? And it's a wild concept to me. I one thing that I really had to get myself in a position to do mentally with the stock market early on was figure out that panic selling is never good. And trust me, there's a time to panic sell. Now, like I said, if an article had been released here where it said that Palantir was going to have cutbacks with their government contracts, okay, that's a different story. Then we're going, okay, Palantir's losing money. That's not what's happening. This could do something completely different, okay? And I'm willing to stand by this statement. I think that Palantir could easily be back up to the prices it was here soon. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that by the beginning of March, when Trump gives the State of the Union speech, that the market's going to be going freaking ballistic. In AI stocks are going to go. They're gonna go crazy again. I think this is a buying opportunity. I believe that people have made mistakes here in the past 48 hours. And maybe people got profit. I hope people sold at a profit. I hate when investors sell at a loss. That's insane to me. That's just insane to me. Especially with a company that there was no reason to sell out. There was no reason. I mean, a company that has been executing quarterlies, a company that has been continuing to find business is finding them, a company that they're in the pockets of the new administration, and they have, Alex Karp is butting shoulders, shoulder to shoulder here with Elon Musk, who essentially is finding money and helping, and has one of another humongous tech company, and they're working together. What are we doing here? So obviously, Wall Street, retail investors, everybody's a part of Palantir right now. And Palantir, even, with this huge sell-off, it's still a massive profit zone compared to where, investors were 4 weeks ago. Before those quarterlies came out, Q4 came out, to just be humongous. So I'm excited here. I'm excited to see. I think that we are going to see Palantir rebound faster than we think. When it comes to Big Bear, I'm excited about the future of Big Bear. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to see what happens here. I think this is going to be an amazing year for tech stocks. I 100% believe that. I hate to see people. It's so early and people are panicking. It's really odd behavior. It's odd behavior. So friends, with that, I wish all of you best of luck. I'll talk more tomorrow, and I'm excited. Be excited. If you're freaking out right now about Palantir, don't freak out, man. If you're freaking out about Big Bear, come on, man. It's so early in the year here. I mean, one thing that we have seen in the market, bad news comes first, and then later on, there's something else that will reverse. It'll reverse the bad news, 100%. We don't know what's going to happen next week or the week after that, okay? But one thing that we have learned here in the market, at least the last 6 months, is that the market is still hungry for move up. It's still hungry for AI stocks. It's right now, this huge, I don't know, I'll say this and I'll shut up, I promise. This huge number, this statistic just got released here this month, where they now know that there are more people investing in the stock market than there ever has been before. Even more people are investing in the market right now than there were during the GameStop situation, 2016. That is one reason why we're seeing such massive runs on these AI stocks, because everybody wants them. It's a hot thing to be a part of right now, and there's no telling how much further they're going to go. There's a reason why this market keeps pushing up. Every time we have a pullback, there's an even bigger push up. It's because there's not enough food at the dinner table. It's getting ate up, okay? It's going to continue to happen because we have so many investors in this market right now. Everybody has the stock market in their pocket right now. You open your phone, boom, there it is. It's going to get worse. It's good. I mean, it's not a problem. It's going to get better. But what is this going to do? It's driving up prices. And this is one thing that I see in the older generation with investors when they're going like, the share price doesn't match the market cap. Yeah, no duh. It hasn't been like that for a while now, and it's probably not gonna be like that because volume, FOMO, these are things that are increasing in the market, driving up prices. And this is why it's so important that Palantir continues to gain 35 to 40% on top of each quarterly here in 2025 to keep the momentum going, and these share prices keep them going up here. So everyone's a part of this. Your mom and your brother, your sister, everyone, people you work with. And if they're not, they should be, or they're going to be soon enough. It's a hot time to be an investor. It is a hot time and a good time to be an investor. I tell people all the time that I run into, especially when they find out that I yap my mouth on YouTube or whatever, you should invest. You should invest 100%. I mean, it's insane not to. This is the golden moment to change your life. I 100% believe that. People are going to look back 4 years from now and go like, I should have put more in. I should have started. Thank God I did. They're going to say one of those things. I'm going to shut up now. Friends, I'll talk to you soon. Take care of yourself. Bye, everyone.